So if there's something that I don't do a whole lot of on this channel, it's vlogs. You know, this will be my last week in San Francisco, and if this comes as a surprise to you, probably should watch my other video, which I'll link right here, that kind of describes like my feelings about moving and what I've been going through last few months before I decided to actually move. You know, I've been living in the city for 30 plus years, but now I'm down to 7 days. But yeah, don't really have a plan other than to show you guys what my last week in San Francisco will be like. So I guess first thing I'll do is go down to the aviary, feed the birds. Come on. So I know I haven't really given an update on the birds in a long time, maybe at least a year or so, but you know, everyone's doing fine. When we eventually move, there will be a new aviary for the birds in our new place. However, it's not going to be as big as this one right here, which means that 4 of them will eventually go into other aviaries, and then the other 4 that we have will just stay with us in the new place. Also, I don't think I've ever mentioned that we have a couple of new birds, females, one of which is an 11-year-old racer named Helga. She's been kind of like the old lady of the aviary. Probably will adopt her once we move in. She has an injured foot, but she gets around just fine. Love having her here. Also, another thing I forgot to mention, Dandelion's been living in our office since January of this year. He's been a nice office companion, but I'm excited to get him in the new place, back in the aviary, where he'll be safe. Here you go. Oh. Yeah, I guess the problem with not having a plan for the final week here in the city, I guess that means there's going to be a lot of driving over to San Pablo and dropping off a bunch of our stuff. I don't like the empty house tours because they're kind of boring, but I'll do one right now. Hallway, bedroom, hallway, bedroom, living room currently being painted, kitchen also being painted. Really low light here. This is not a hazard in the slightest. We got pants here. Hard to see, but you can actually see San Francisco from here. It's right there. Right there. I think the important thing to remember is that we don't really know what it's like to live here yet. These plants have probably spent more time in the house than we have. So I think that's it for today. Yeah, like I said, there's not a whole lot of planning involved in this last week, so see you guys tomorrow. So for my second day of my final week here in San Francisco, I'm actually leaving the city. I'm going to Berkeley to help my friend Matt, because he's getting married. I'm going to be shooting a little wedding video for him. It's going to be fun. Did a bunch of stuff that was not in San Francisco today, so I thought it would be nice to come to the park and see some of the flower piano stuff, which is set up everywhere. I was gonna go to the botanical gardens, but they're closed right now, so instead got the conservatory, which is just as good in my opinion. Monday. I'm working. Despite this being my last week here in San Francisco, life still goes on. I'm still working full time. This day will probably be relatively boring. That's just how it is. Not every single day is going to be this exciting whirlwind adventure. I wish it was. I wish I could do that every day before I left here. But today, just be a little chill. Tiniest burger ever. Shake Shack. It's no beeps, but it'll do. Oh, the sun is so beautiful outside. How come we're not out there?
It's a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday night. But it's also, what? It's also going to be the last sunny day of this week. We'll get a burst of heat for like a week, and then it will fade off, and then it'll be just cold for like 7 months. You want to know how to drive up the hills in San Francisco? The trick is to never let go of the accelerator. Just, you know what I mean? I'm not saying you should just blow through every stop sign, but when you're stopped behind a car going up a hill, you don't hit the brakes. Because by doing so, then you have to step off the brakes at one time, and that's when your car rolls back. And you keep your foot half on the accelerator so that you're powering the car, but it's not going anywhere.
Oh.
Ready to move? So in typical San Francisco fashion, after one of the nicest days all year, it is now extremely cloudy and cold outside. Doesn't really matter all that much to me since I will be spending a majority of my day working inside again. Today's mostly been filled with a lot of packing. Trying to vacuum seal a lot of the clothes in order to save on space. But yeah, not a lot going on today. Probably won't go out for the rest of the night. It's just going to be me and this slowly emptying room. So tonight we're going to Mr. Jew's, a Chinese restaurant run by Chef Brandon Jew, who's a San Francisco native, and he opened his Michelin star rated fancy restaurant right on Waverly Place, which is next to the Yi Family Association building. I'm trying to temper my excitement just because after this, I guess that means we're moving. But before we eat, I'm going to be stopping by a friend's place to drop off some old Dreamcast games. So I'm going to be graciously donating a couple of these to Kurt. That's the best sound. I need to deliver this to you.
For me?
Yes, for you.
Welcome to home. And this is where I spy on the people. Goodbye.
Forever.
Forever. Thank you for Looney Tunes Space Race. So long. Be well. You're beautiful. Have a wonderful dinner. Never come back.
empty. Well, okay, not for the bed, and I guess for that thing, and then that thing, but for the most part, empty. So we are driving, everything is packed up. We are on our way. I don't know what to say. Movers came at 2, a little bit past 2. They took about an hour to put everything in the truck. And yeah, that was it. Everything was gone just like that. It's been a long week of packing, of trying to get the most out of the city before we leave, trying to remember why we enjoyed living here in the first place. And yeah, it's a lot. Andy, come on out. So welcome to our brand new aviary. We got injured pigeon 1, injured pigeon 2, and injured or old lady and injured pigeon 3. Yeah, so I'm sweating a whole lot, but we are officially 100% moved in. Basically, half our living room is jungle here, all these plants. Quick spin around. So, yeah. I don't know, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be feeling anything different right now. I guess the thing I can say that's really weird is that we're not going to be going home after this. We're going to be staying in this house tonight and the next night and the next night and the next. It's so much different to have San Francisco be our hometown. Hometowns in the general sense are the places that you try to leave. You know, the dream is always, I'm going to move to the city. I'm going to make it big. Okay, well, what if you're already in the city? What happens then, right? Why are we the people whose decision is made so difficult? Our order of operations are all messed up, but we had the fortune of just being able to be here first. Hey guys, and welcome to the next spot.